Okay, here we go. We're gonna review the addition postulates. We have the segment addition postulates that says if 3 points A, B, and C are collinear and B is between points A and C, then that means that if B is between A and C, that means that AB, let me get my pen again. That means that AB, or the distance from A to B plus the distance from B to C, would be equal to the distance from A to C. In reality, this is what it's saying. What it's saying is that if we have a line and 3 points that are collinear, so let me draw the points. Let's say we have points A, points B, and point C. Notice that between doesn't mean the middle, it means anywhere between points A and C, okay? So that means whatever the distance from A to B, whatever this distance is, plus whatever this distance right here from B to C, it's going to give me the whole thing from A to C. So this part plus part equals the whole thing. Basically, it's equal the whole. So let's say this one, AB, it's 30. And BC equals 35. Then that means that the whole thing must be 65. That's basically what this is saying. So remember that if 3 points A, B, and C are collinear and B is between A and C, then the distance from A to B plus the distance from B to C must equal the distance from A to C. And that's just common sense. Remember, a postulate, it's something that we don't have to prove. It is true. We take it as true. It's so simple that we take it as true, okay? Let's go on. Let's take a look at this example. We have the distance from B to A to be 8x minus 14. We have the distance from A to T to be 2x. Well, we know that this part, BA plus AT, must equal BT, right? The whole thing. Well, everything is given. So that means I could say by the segment addition postulate that BA plus AT means the distance from B to A plus the distance from A to T must equal BT. Now I could substitute that. I know that BA is given up here, that is 8x minus 14 plus AT is 2x equals BT, which is 36. We combine like terms, 8x plus 2x, that's 10x, minus 14 equals 36. We subtract 14 from both sides, so actually we add 14 to both sides, so that means that 10x equals 36 plus 14. So we have that is what, 50? So equals 50. We divide by 10 on both sides. That x is 50 divided by 10, which is 5. So now we know that x is 5. The question is find BA and AT. Well, BA it's equal to 8x minus 14, or 8 times, we already know what x is, what is 5 minus 14, that's 40, minus 14, which if I take 10 away from 40, that's 30, and I take another 4 away from 30, that's 26. So that means BA equals 26. Okay, so if BA is 26, that means this right here must be 2 times 5, which is 10. And 26 plus 10 equals 36. So that means AT equals 2x, or 2 times 5, which is 10. And how do I know that is correct? Because if I say 26 plus 10 should give me BT, which is 36. Pretty good. And check. Let me make sure that when you all actually give answers in any paper, make sure that you underline or circle your answer. I like to just put a rectangle around them. Okay, so here's another one. It says given MA, the distance from AM to A is 5x minus 3. So I could write this here, 5x minus 3. I have that AN is 30. And I have that MN is the whole thing, 8x plus 6. So I could say that MA, by the segment addition postulate, plus AN equals MN. So I substitute 5x minus 3 for MA plus 30. See how simple this is? Equals 8x plus 6. Okay, so now we solve the equation. So 5x minus 3 plus 30. So 30 minus 3, that's 27. So we have 5x plus 27 equals 8x plus 6. I like to start shuffling things around. Remember, anytime you cross this equal sign, whatever you have, change signs. For example, if I'm going to move this 5x, notice it's positive here. If I move it to the other side, it'll be negative on the other side. If I take this 8x and move it to the left, it will be negative 8x because this side is positive. So whatever sign, if it was negative, it would be positive. If it was positive, it was going to be negative. So I have that 5x minus 8x. That's negative 3x. Right? 5x, negative 8x. See how it moves to this side? It's minus 8x. It becomes 5x minus 8x is negative 3x. Then we have this one is negative 27 on this side. Negative 27 plus 6. That's negative 21. So that's negative 21. Now I just need to divide by negative and negative and negative. I could cancel this out because they're both negative. So now they're both positive. So 21 divided by 3, that's 7. So x equals 7. Now that I have x, find x. That's the question. So x is 7. Anyway, I was saying, remember to always look at the question. What is the question? A lot of students, when they're on a test, they answer, they go halfway, but they don't actually answer the question. So always answer the question and try to underline or mark your answers so that you're communicating properly and assertively with your teacher. Okay, here we go. So here they were asking for the distance from B to A. Notice I put it there. Here they were just asking for x. Okay, so answer the question. Moving on, let's do some review on algebra. All right, solving equations, review. Let's see. To solve these equations, pretty simple. A lot of students at this point still do this. They still do minus 1, minus 1. If you want to do that, you could go ahead and do that. I recommend that you start learning how to do it in your mind, right? The 2x, you're going to know that when you move that positive 1, see, when it comes to this side, it becomes negative. You see that is always the opposite of what it is on this side. So how I do it and how I recommend students to do it so that they keep their work clean is that they say, well, 2x equals 9 minus 1. Notice that positive 1. Notice when I moved it to the other side of the equal sign, it becomes negative 1, right? So 2x equals 9 minus 1, that is 8. And then just divide 8 divided by 2. Since I'm multiplying by 2, I have to do the inverse operation, which is divide by 2, so that x is equal 8 divided by 2. What is 8 divided by 2? 4. So now I know that that's my answer. Okay, here's another one. When I'm moving stuff, like I want to combine like terms first right here. So I have 2x minus 5x. Notice one is positive, one is negative, so I must subtract. You do not subtract 2 minus 5, you subtract 5 minus 2. 5 minus 2, that's 3. 3x. Since this one is negative and is the biggest number or the highest absolute value, this one has it and it's negative, then that will be a negative 3 plus 1 equals 9. Now remember that if you take this and put it on the other side, it'll become negative. So negative 3x equals 9 minus 1, which is 8. Once you have that, it's just a matter of dividing by whatever number is in front of x. So since you're multiplying by negative 3, you divide by negative 3. So x is equal negative 8/3. And that would be your answer. Hey, sometimes your answer is a fraction. If it is a fraction, just make sure you cannot simplify it any further. If you could still simplify, go ahead and simplify it. In this case, that is not the case. Okay, so I could leave it as that. So you could leave the answer as that. You do not need to turn that into a decimal unless they tell you to approximate to a certain decimal place. Okay, so just leave it as the fraction that is an actual number. Let's take a look at another one. Here's another one. Notice that the 3x is negative. I want to move that to that side. What's going to happen? Well, this negative is going to become a positive. So that's 2x plus 3x. Now you see this positive 1. I want to move it to the other side. So I put it together with the 11. So I put the equal sign. And that's 11 minus 1. Notice 2x plus 3x. Now I could combine like terms. That's 5x. 11 minus 1, that is 10. Now divide by 5 on both sides. So x is 10 divided by 5, that is 2. See how simple? That's how you work your equations. Here is another one. You try it. See if you could combine like terms and then start moving stuff around. Put a pause. Try it. See if it works out for you. If it works out, then compare it. I'm going to give you a few seconds. Okay, so here we go. Well, I hope you paused it and you worked it and to see if it gives you the exact same answer. First, I combine like terms. I got the 2x and the 3x, that's 5x. I have 1 and I have the 4. I could combine that. I could put plus 5. Equals. Notice I have 19 minus 5. That's what? 14. Plus 3x. So now I have it in a simpler term. Now I want to put the x's on one side. I want to put the numbers on the other side. It doesn't matter whichever way you want to go. In this my case, I want to move that 3x to that side. I want to move that 5 to that side. The only rule you have to remember is you have to change the sign. So here is 5x. I'm going to leave it there on that side. This 3x, I'm going to bring it over. So that's minus 3x. It was positive. Now it's negative. Look at this. Positive 5. I'm going to leave this 14 over here. Write it down and then take that 5 and bring it to the other side. Change the sign. Now that it is together, just take the 5x minus 3x, that's 2x, equals 14 minus 5, that is what, 9? Okay, so now all you have left to do is divide by 2. Since 9 is not divisible by 2, just x is equal 9/2. And at that point, that is your answer. And be comfortable. Start feeling comfortable working with fractions. Just leave them as fractions. Don't worry about it. You don't have to turn them into a decimal unless they tell you to do so. Okay, the other addition postulate is the angle addition postulate. It says if point B it's in the interior of angle DOG. So here is point B. So let's say point B is there, right? So that means I could form an angle from here going through, oops, sorry, that's not what I meant. Let's undo that. I'm trying to pick a line here. So from here going through there. Okay, now that's what I meant to do. Remember that is a ray. So that means that this angle right here, this angle plus this angle right here is gonna be the whole thing. It's gonna be the whole thing. So this one plus this one's angles 1 plus angles 2 is gonna be the whole thing. Okay, so then the measurement of angle, or let's say the measurement of angle DOB plus the measurement of angle BOG is going to be equal to measurement of angle DOG. Basically, that's all it's saying. That's all that the angle addition postulate states. In other words, if this angle measures 10 degrees and this angle measures, 35 degrees, then this big angle right here will measure 45 degrees. In other words, the measurement of angle DOB is 10 degrees plus the measurement of angle BOG is 35 degrees. And when you put them both together, that should equal 45 degrees. That's all it's saying. Okay, let's take a look at some examples. Given that the measurement of angle MAT, here is MAT right here. This angle is 60 degrees. And the measurement of angle MAH, this is this whole angle right there. The whole thing is 140 degrees. And then the measurement of angle TAH is 4x plus 20. So this angle right here is 4x plus 20. We know that by the angle addition postulate, we know that the measurement of angle MAT plus the measurement of angle TAH MAT plus TAH equals the measurement of angle MAH. So be careful because sometimes they don't give it to you in order, so that's why I mark my stuff. So MAT plus TAH equals MAH. So now I could substitute. MAT is 60 degrees plus TAH is 4x plus 20. And that should equal 140 degrees. So now that I have that, 60 plus 20, I combine like terms. 60 plus 20, that's 80 plus 4x equals 140. If I'm going to put that 80 on the other side, remember it becomes negative. So 4x equals 140 minus 80. So 4x equals 140. So take 40 and then 40 more. That's 60 degrees, I believe. 60. And then x equals 60 divided by 4, which is 15. And the question is find x. So x is 15. There you go. Always look back on what is the question here. Find x. Again, we're given. Let's change colors. LOE, the measurement of angle LOE, that's the whole angle right there. That whole angle is 84 degrees. We're given that the measurement of LOV right here, this angle, that's what? That's 4x plus 1. And then we have that this angle VOE, which is this angle right here, that is 5x plus 2. Okay, so now that I have that, well, the measurement of angle LOV by the angle addition postulate, LOV plus the measurement of angle VOE, that should equal the measurement of angle LOE. Once I have that, just substitute. LOV is 4x plus 1 plus VOE is 5x plus 2 equals LOE, which is 84. Combine like terms. 4x plus 5x, that's 9x. 1 plus 2, that's 3, equals 84. Now notice that I'm going to switch the 3 to the other side because it's convenient, so that will become 84 minus 3, which is 81. 81, that's a perfect square. So 9 times 9 is 81. So x must be 81 divided by 9, which is 9. So what is x? X is 9. Once I found that, it says find the measurement of angle LOV. Well, LOV is given right here, 4x plus 1. The measurement of angle LOV equals 4x plus 1. That means it's equal to 4 times 9 plus 1. That means that is equal to 4 times 9 is what? 36 plus 1 equals 37. Oops, 37. So 37, that is the measurement of angle LOV. And there's my answer. And that's 37 degrees, right? 37 degrees. And you can find the other ones, you know, for practicing. You can find the other ones, but basically I just answer the question. So this lesson was short. So keep practicing and see you in the classroom, guys.